There's a mountain in the way every time, but I survive. Oh, I'm good. $2 in my pocket, I'm good. They trying to get me caught up, I'm good. And I ain't never going back, cause I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. And if they want it, they can get it, I'm good. Tell them, man, I'm coming with it, I'm good. And if they think that I'ma quit it,
Hey, what's up everyone? I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. Now, in today's video, it's going to be a bit of a structured rant on Elder Scrolls Online's PvP. Specifically their Battlegrounds format and why it's only a shell of what it could be. I haven't experienced PvP in Cyrodiil yet, so I won't even try to give you an opinion on that style of PvP. But I have put many hours into Battlegrounds and needless to say have encountered many quote-unquote problems, if you will. So let's jump into it here by giving you a bit of background on what exactly Zenimax had and has in mind for Elder Scrolls Online in regards to its PvP. Battlegrounds is actually relatively new to ESO, being released exclusively for owners of the Morrowind expansion, and is meant to be a small-scale, fast-paced PvP game mode for 3 teams of 4 players. It came with 3 arenas in 3 different game types, being Capture the Flag, Deathmatch, and Domination. And it was not moved into the base game until the Somerset expansion. Now, at its core, Battlegrounds is an extremely fun activity to do in ESO, and now in 2019 has even more game modes to experience. But in that same breath, Battlegrounds has a core issue that I want to address first, because a lot of the other problems that I'm going to be talking about are really just trickle-down effects of this. This being the lack of separation in people's levels. Ever since the launch of Battlegrounds, you can only get into games with people between the levels 10 and 50, meaning if you are level 10, prepare to be slaughtered, and meaning if you are level 45, then you are best off chasing down the low levels for easy kills, you feel me? Alright, stop it. This creates a frustrating, but in my opinion, easily avoidable circle of new players being pushed out and turned off to the PvP aspect of the game. A more divided by level grouping system would easily take care of this problem. And before you even think to jump down my throat and say, that wouldn't work because then queue times would be too long, stop it. That's not true. And as a matter of fact, another problem that I have with Battlegrounds is the fact that the queues are literally 5 seconds, giving no time to do even one daily crafting writ before you are whisked off to your next beatdown. That might not be a problem for someone who is just doing the Battleground for the daily quest, but for anyone who wants to play Battlegrounds on a regular basis, can't do anything but Battlegrounds, because when you get taken to a Battleground instance, it removes you from most of the delves and dungeons that you might have been exploring. I'll never forget being 80% done rescuing Lyris from Cold Harbor just to naively enter the battleground I was queued for and spawn back at the harborage when it was done.
Alright!
I mean, I had to repeat the whole thing. I had to do it all over again. And I thought that it might get a bit better, being that after level 50, you are placed into a new group to queue with where champion points are disabled. Meaning, in my mind, we should be all on a similar playing field. Wrong. Champion points may be disabled, but the gear scaling up to CP 160 is not. So, at level 50 with CP 10, you are at a considerable disadvantage gear-wise to anyone over CP 160. This ruins any sense of relevancy in PvPing below 160 champion points, causing even more of a problem because, in my experience, not being at champion point level 160, I haven't had any drive to maximize the potential of my gear at all. It basically turned the game into, how fast can I grind to CP level 160 so that my gear can actually measure up? Honestly, for Battlegrounds over level 50, it would seem sensible to me to enable champion points effects and then divide the queues by level, which, even if caused a dead level bracket when it came to Battlegrounds, would at least be better than the system they have out now. And I have a fix for the dead brackets even. Just allow your players to choose the bracket above their own if their bracket isn't queuing fast enough. You might be thinking right now, well, that would cause a low level to be in the higher level bracket. Stop. You need to stop that right now, because you have no argument. Because that is exactly what is happening right now. It is equally as draining to see level 10s on your team as it is to be that level 10. And that is the system that is in place right now. On to my last topic as to what I believe is a problem with Battlegrounds, and that is the non-class spells. Now, sure, anyone can access these spells, so therefore it's still technically fair, but just because it's fair doesn't mean that it's not a problem, because some of these spells that are non-class spells are incredibly overpowered, causing a PvP build to possibly not even use a single class skill. It's not fun to see everyone on the battleground using the same spell because it's the best, again devaluing what could be an amazing mix of diverse combat. Battlegrounds is riddled with flaws, and at times it's incredibly frustrating to play, but I still come back and play it, which means something. There are some really good core aspects of Battlegrounds in PvP and ESO, but from what I've researched, other than new maps and new game modes, they haven't even tried or been looking into its fundamental problems. So it's really up in the air as to what the future may hold for PvP and ESO, but I'm hoping that they can and will start looking into polishing it up. And personally, I would love to see something like a full loot aspect come to the game, but that's just me. I am obsessed with killing people and taking all of their gear. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you guys like Battlegrounds the way it is, or would you like to see it changed at all? And what changes would you make? Also, if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for your support and just let you know that subscribing and liking the video really does go a long way. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day.